Hello. How is everybody doing today? It is Thursday. Welcome to today's lesson. Today we're going to be doing an advanced grammar lesson on modal verbs, but mainly talking about the future. All right, and as usual, I'll put the lesson onto the screen. It looks like my internet connection might be a little slow. It keeps telling me I have full bars right now, but a second ago I didn't have full bars. So if I do lag, if I cut out, please let me know and I'll change to a different network. Hello, Coney. How are you today? Sorry, I started a little bit later than I said last night. I didn't get home. I was stuck in traffic. But I'm here, and I did make a lesson on modal verbs looking at the future. So hopefully you enjoy it. Hopefully it's fun. I'm doing well, Coney. How are you? It was another hot day here, but it was a good day. I had a good day. I was coaching basketball today, so I had fun running around with a bunch of kids. So yeah, it was a good day. How about you, Coney? How are you today? How was your day? You're doing well too. Nice. I like it. That's good. All right. I don't know why this is going on right now. My lesson just started in the background here. Okay, so let's put the lesson onto the screen. That's what we're going to do right now. Let's share it. And today's lesson is going to be right here. All right, so future certainty. That's the main thing we're going to be talking about today is future certainty. We're going to go straight into the grammar today. We're not going to look at any of the slang or anything like that. I made a useful little chart today of all of the different verbs that we can use all of the different modal verbs we can use in the future. All right, so this is a really useful chart. In fact, anybody watching right now, let me make it a little smaller so it all fits onto the screen. Right now, what I would do if you are at your computer right now, or if you're on your phone or iPad, I would take a screenshot of this right now, just so you have this chart. You can always reference it at any time. But again, you have access to this YouTube video, so you can always come back and do that another time, or just keep coming back to this video. Yeah, basketball. Yeah, Coney, it's good. I coach basketball 3 days a week here, so it's fun. It gets me running around, gets me to get a little bit of exercise. So we're going to look at the future. Mainly we're talking about future, where you're going to be using a modal verb. Now, a modal verb is any verb that, it needs a main verb. A modal verb is kind of like the helping verb. But it's telling you the degree of certainty, right? So that means it's telling you if it's very certain, like 90%, 99%, 100%, or it tells you maybe if some action is not so certain, maybe it's 50%, maybe it's 60, maybe it's 70. So we're talking about the degree of certainty in the future. Now, the very first two, let's go over the very first two. Let's make this bigger so everybody can see. All right, so I think, yeah, that's pretty big now. What we're going to look at is the very first one. The easiest modal verb would be will and going to. All right, so we have will and going to. These are the easiest ones. They are used whenever we're talking about any future plan or any type of decision that you've made. Example sentences would be, I'll call you tomorrow, or I'm going to start a new job next month. Now, going to is stronger than will. Going to is often meaning 100%. Okay. Let's go to suggestions, offers and suggestions. Now, I did put a little bit of Old English in here. Right. So offers and suggestions. We've got the word shall. This is not so common. I put it in just in case, but I don't use this. I don't use shall. It's quite old. This is kind of like a suggestion. Shall we meet at 6 p.m.? I would just say let's meet at 6 p.m. I want to meet at 6 p.m. So I would be very hesitant with that one. So I'll put a star there. I don't use this. I feel it's a little bit too old. Next, could is talking about a suggestion, an offer. We could have a picnic if the weather is nice. All right. This is more possibility. There is the possibility for this. So with possibility, we have 4 different verbs. That didn't work. Let's see if I can just go this way. There we go. 4 different verbs that we're going to use with possibility. Right. So we could have a picnic. Is nice. So this is just offering a possible action. Next, I would say may and might. We're looking at about 50% here. I may travel to France next year. Again, might, same thing. I think it's about 50%. They might arrive later today. And then we can visit the museum this weekend. Right. So again, this is talking about a possibility. I think can and should are quite commonly used together. It's quite, literally the same meaning. All right. Next, let's look at necessity and obligation. Okay. Necessity, something you need to do. So we often use must. You must finish the project by Friday. Okay. Whenever we talk about a deadline is Friday. We often use the word by plus a deadline. All right. Next, we've got should or ought to. You should see a doctor if the pain persists. It's advice. She ought to be more careful with her health. Again, advice. Now, I like one more. I'm going to put one more in here. And I'm going to put should, just the word should. And I'm going to add it with be able to, should be able to. This is talking about the future. It means that you have about an 80% chance that the action can happen in the future. Okay. Should be able to is about 80%. So it's a very strong possibility. Now, I like these next ones as well. The last 3, future continuous, future perfect, continuous. Will be ing. All right. So if my friend asks me, hey, Shelly, do you want to go to a movie tomorrow night? And I ask, oh, what time? My friend says 7 p.m. You know what? I'll be working. So I'm sorry, I can't go. This is a future continuous action. Future perfect and future perfect continuous. I really like this. By next month, by next year. These are common phrases. Okay. I will have. So we need will and present perfect. And this one is will plus present perfect continuous. By next month, I will have finished the course. By next year, I'll have been living here for 5 years. Okay. This means that when that time comes, the total period, will be 5 years. By next month, when next month comes, I'll be done the course. I'm not done yet. I'm doing the course now. But next month, I will be done. I will have finished it. Okay, so I think the last two are probably the most difficult. Okay, the last two I think are the most difficult. Future perfect and future perfect continuous. But the best way to know if you can do this, the best way to further understand it is let's try an exercise. I think by doing an exercise, you will get a better understanding of how to use this grammar. All right, so let's look at the first exercise. It is a fill in the blank exercise. So you must tell me the modal verb plus the main verb. All right, so we've got number one, which is a fairly easy one, right? We've got just a blank space here saying I, and then I've got something to the store after work. I something to the store after work. You know, I'll do the first one for you. You know, very simple would just be that. I will go to the store after work. This is a decided plan. This is a decided plan. Okay. Yeah, Coney, that's a great idea. And this is a great message from Coney. Great. I'm writing them all down to remember. Yeah, this is, I thought like this would be really useful. You know, it just tells you exactly what the verb is trying to do. Is it an offer? Is it a possibility? Is it a necessity? Is it something happening in the future that's continuing? Will it be something that's done? So I like that with future perfect and future perfect continuous. These two here, by next month, by something, by next week, by the time you come. This phrase, by, and then a time phrase is very, very commonly used with this grammar. Hello, Teresa. How are you today? So, Teresa, we're working on modal verbs and the future. All right. So, number one, I already did it. I will go to the store after work. So we're going to start fairly easy. The fill in the blank is not going to be too difficult. It's not going to be. All right. So let's look at number two. Make sure it fits into the screen here. Let's zoom in a bit. Okay, let's see. Yes, it just fits. She's something her homework by the time I arrive. Teresa, I'm doing well. Thank you. Thank you for asking. I'm glad you're doing well too. And Coney, that's a perfect sentence. By September, I'll have completed my 10-month course. Perfect. That's a great sentence. All right. What about number two here? She something her homework by the time I arrive. Miranda, hello. How are you today? And will have finished. Perfect. Teresa, she will have finished her homework by the time I arrive. Excellent. And Coney, you've used a different verb, but same meaning. She'll have completed her homework by the time I arrive. Perfect. All of the answers are perfect. Will have finished or completed. Both will work. All right, let's look at number three. They something us at the park later. They something us at the park later. And let's make the certainty for this one. Before you answer, let's make the certainty for this one at like a 50%. Let's make the certainty for this at about 50%. All right, so we've got Miranda, you've got they may meet us at the park later. Perfect. Coney, they might is good. Wait is okay. We do have to add another word with wait here. So for Miranda's, they might, they may meet us. That's completely fine. But if we're going to do wait, and then we've got a pronoun, which is us, in that one, what we're going to have to do is it's going to be wait for us. Wait for us. So we need to have the for in that situation. Here's another one. They might jog with us at the park later. Yeah, perfect. So completely different idea. They might jog with us. All right, so we got might or may. I like that. Okay, everybody, that the certainty was 50%. So might and may, it's going to equal that 50% probability. And Coney, perfect. They might wait for us at the park later. Excellent. All right, what about number 4? Let's zoom out a little bit so we can fit it all in. We something the museum this weekend if we have time. If we have time. What do you guys think for this one? And what if this right here, we're just saying it's a possibility. It's a possibility. All right, there's a possibility that something happened at the museum. What do you guys think? All right, so we've got Coney. We might go to the museum this weekend if we have time. Good, that's a possibility. Teresa, if we're talking about possibility, not probability, so might is more probability. Possibility, Teresa, we could visit the museum this weekend if we have time. Perfect. Supergirl, we can go to the museum this weekend if we have time. Perfect. Hello, Supergirl. How are you, by the way? Miranda, we could visit. We could explore the museum this weekend if we have time. Perfect. So we have a little bit of a difference here. Now, if we're talking about the probability of some action happening, we're going to be using words like may, might, should, and even will. But if we're talking about the possible actions that you can do, so possibilities. then I like to use can and could in those situations. Okay, so probability, we're using may, might, should, or will. Possibilities and can and could. All right, so we've got, we can visit the museum this weekend if we have time. What's the difference between probability and possibility? A probability is we're talking about the likelihood of the action happening. So we're talking basically percentage. You know how I've said before, will is like 99%, 90 to 99%. Should is 80%. May, might is 50%. So we're talking more the percentage. But possibility just means that this action, it's possible. It's not, we don't know if it's going to happen, but it's possible. So for example, if you go to Hawaii, you know, there's many actions, many possible actions. For example, if you go to Honolulu, you know, what are all the possible things you can do? Well, you can go to the beach. You can eat delicious pineapple. You can relax. You can go hiking at Diamond Head. So these are all possibilities. These are possible actions. But probability is more, what is the likelihood that you or someone will do something? So I might go to the gym tomorrow, right? So that's like 50%. We're talking about the, you know, the probability of me doing it. But possibility is more, this is available. These actions are available for you. It's possible. If you come to Tokyo, right now, this is summer season, you can eat a lot of delicious food. You can eat a lot of really good sushi. You can eat a lot of good ramen. You know, these are all things that are possible. Right now, it's summer season, so you can climb Mount Fuji. You know, in winter, you can't climb it. It's completely closed because it's too snowy. But the summertime, the snow disappears, so it's possible. You can climb Mount. So does that make a little bit more sense, Miranda? All right. What about number 5? By next month, his training. Next month, he's something his training. Perfect. That's good to hear, Miranda. No, actually, I didn't really go over the difference between possibility and probability earlier. So I think your question was really good, and I think a lot of people were happy that I explained it just now. So what about by next month? By next month, he's something his training. Nice. So you thought they were similar? Yeah, it is. You know, there is a similarity, but it's talking about the percentage of something versus the actions that are available to you. You know, a lot of times when I'm with my friends on the weekend, you know, we're sitting there like, what should we do this weekend? What should we do? Well, we could go to a movie. That's possible. We could go get something to eat. Oh, I know. We can have a barbecue. Right. So these are all just actions that are possible. And then if I said we can have a barbecue, maybe my friend would say, yeah, but I think it will rain today. So that's the probability of something happening. Okay, so number 5, by next month, his training. All right, go Teresa. By next month, he will have started his training. Perfect. Miranda, I think this is better. Will have done his training. He'll have been doing his training. I think with that one, he will have been doing his training. We probably want to have like the period of time. He will have been doing his training for more than 1 month. All right, Coney, nice. You get it. Perfect. Nancy, hello. How are you today? So yeah, I like all of the answers here. I'll even put a different one, which is basically the same as what everyone said, but I'm just going to do the opposite. By next month, he will have completed his training. Now it means it's done. Next month he will be done with it. He will have finished. He will have started. He will be in the middle of. He will be in the middle of his training. All right. What about number 6? Something dinner at 7 p.m. Miranda will have phased out of his training. Don't forget the of. He will have phased out of his training. Nice. So you're using one of the idioms from yesterday. Number 6, will you have dinner at 6 p.m. tonight? Yeah, perfect. Will you have dinner? I think that's the easiest answer. Nancy, will you have dinner at 7 p.m. tonight? Perfect. All right, we got 3 more, and then we're going to get into the sentence part of this lesson. I'll be giving you some situations, scenarios. You'll be making sentences, so it's going to get a little bit more difficult. So we got 3 more of these fill in the blanks. You something a doctor if the pain persists. Teresa, back to number 6. I can put both on the screen. Would you like for dinner at 7 p.m. tonight? Good. I would add one more word, Teresa. Would you like to come over for dinner at 7 p.m. tonight? Come over. Okay, come over means come to my house. Right? Come over is a great kind of phrasal verb. Come over. So this generally means come to my house. And then Miranda, yeah, are you going to have dinner at 7 p.m. tonight? Yeah, perfect. All right, number 7, Nancy. Really good. You need to go to a doctor if the pain persists. Yes, that's a necessity. All right, so that's also a modal verb talking about necessity, and we're talking about the future action. Excellent. Miranda, you should book an with a doctor if the pain persists. Yeah, so you should book an appointment with the doctor. Perfect. Coney, you should go to see a doctor if the pain persists. Perfect. And Teresa, yes, perfect. Would you like to come over for dinner at 7 p.m. tonight? You're very welcome. Come over is really useful. I use it all the time. You know, if I want someone to visit my house, I'll always say, hey, do you want to come over? And Miranda, perfect. Anne. an appointment. Excellent. All right, so yeah, so we've got so many different possibilities here. You need to see, you should visit, you should book an appointment. I'm just going to go simple. You should see a doctor if the pain persists. Okay, let's go number 8. She's something a new project next week. She's something a new project next week. Alexander, how are you today? Yeah, it's so popular, Teresa. It's such a common phrase. We use it all the time. In fact, even when I was a child, Teresa, we used to have a game when I was in elementary school. We used to have a game called Red Rover. And in this game, we would have like 2 teams, and you'd have one team of children all holding hands together, the other team of children all holding hands together, and we would sing. We would choose one person from the other team. You know, we might say, Red Rover, we call, Teresa over. And then we would yell, come over. And that person would have to run and try to break through our hands. But yeah, come over. It's a great one. Alexander, so you got has. She has a new project next week. Yeah, that would work. That would work. That grammatically, that is fine. Miranda, could you, by the way, phased out of, does it, let's see. Not always. It doesn't always need of. The car that I'm driving will be phased out next year. So we don't always need to have of in it. So here we're going future. She's going to start a new project next week. Coney, perfect. Nanti, she will start a new project next week. Perfect. Miranda, she's going to roll out a new project next week. Perfect. Nice. Yeah, it was a weird game, Teresa. I don't know. We basically, if they break through the hands we were holding, then that person was successful. Then they could take one person from the one team back to their team. But if they couldn't break through, then they have to join your team. So the winning team was the team that can gather all the players, called Red Rover. A little bit violent game when you think about it. Yeah, I like the answers most everyone's been doing. Be going to or will. So I'm going to put here just will. She will start a new project. All right. What about number 9? We got 2 more before we start the other sentences. So because the training is an action. If you have an action, Miranda, you're going to use of. And Miranda, yes, come over means visit. But visit, and a lot of times it means like my home. All right, what about number 9 here? Let's fit it into the screen. The end of this year, something at this company for 5 years. Let's make this a little bigger. Okay, by the end of this year, something at this company for 5 years. Okay, so Teresa, you're very welcome, Miranda, by the way. Teresa, by the end of this year, I will have been working at this company for 5 years. Perfect. Perfect. By the end of this year, I will have been working at this company for 5 years. Here, we could also use present perfect as well, or future perfect. We'll have worked at this company, or if it's served, we don't use at. So worked is going to be the better option here. Here, Nancy, I would just put will. We need to put will here. By the end of this year, I will have been at the company for 5 years. So just put the word will in there, because it is going to be about the future. The end of the year has not come yet. So it has to be the future. So we need the verb will. Will have been at the company. All right, so there's many possible answers here. We do require that we use will here. But then I will have been working at this company for 5 years. And the last one before we get to the sentences, number 10. He's something home by now, considering the traffic. He's something home by now, considering the traffic. This one is going to be talking more about like the probability of him being home. Yes. All right, Nancy. Good job. All right. So he's something home by now, considering the traffic. All right. So Alexander, he has home by now. All right. So not has. Not the verb has. We're going to use a different verb. We're actually going to be using 2 verbs here, Alexander. We're going to use a modal verb and then a main verb. A modal verb and then a main verb. All right, so Coney, you got he will be home by now, considering the traffic. Grammatically, you know, there's nothing wrong with that sentence, but we probably wouldn't say this because will is too strong. It's almost like 99 to 100%. Because we are not in the car with him, we don't know. We can't say that strong of a possibility or probability. We can't. It's too strong. So I like Nancy. Nancy's lowered it to about 80%. Right. So he should be home by now, considering the traffic. Right. And I even lowered it to like 50%. And I wouldn't say reach. He might, if you're going to use reach, Miranda, I would say he might have reached home by now. He might have reached home by now. Okay. He should be home by now. He might have reached home by now. Okay. So should be 80%. Might have reached home is like percent. And we're talking about traffic. So traffic is guaranteed. So it's difficult to have a will statement. So generally, when you're talking about anything that's related to traffic, there are no certainties, right? It's very difficult to give a high probability, like 99%. It's tough to say will. Right? Should is probably the highest we will say. Okay? Unless you're very close. Like maybe you can see, okay, I'm only 5 minutes away, so So I will be there in 5 minutes, but generally should is probably better here. And Miranda, yes, you're right. This would be, if you put might have, this is going to be in the past. Yes. Teresa, he might want to be home by now. He might want to be home by now considering the traffic. Okay, I get what you're trying to say. Very complex sentence, a very complex sentence, what we're going to say here. And I'll write it down on the board here, Teresa. So what I would say here, if I'm getting what you, if I think I know what you're saying, let me see. So let me just look at your answer one more time. He might want to be home. Okay. He might wish he were home by now, considering the traffic. He might wish he were home by now. Right. So here, maybe crazy traffic. And so there's crazy traffic. So you might say, he might wish he were home. Nancy, I'm not sure if he's home by now, considering the traffic. By now. Whenever you're using by now, we can't use this. We can't just use reach here. By now, we're going to either use in a past situation, it's going to be using like a past perfect or a future perfect continuous. So might have reached. He will have reached home by now. Nice, Teresa. Nice. He might wish he were home by now. Yeah. So with the word by the time, we're talking about two actions happening, Miranda. We are going to be using the future perfect continuous situations, or have reached. So it's a modal present perfect. But definitely very sort of complex grammar. This, we're talking about so many different modal verbs, and the modal verbs have different meanings. It's possibility, probability, necessity, offers, obligation. So it is quite confusing, but everyone's doing a really good job. And we're going to take it up a level. We're going to take it up a notch, and we're going to be making our own sentences now. So that was the fill in the blank part. Next, you're going to be looking at some scenarios. And once you read the scenario, you're going to make a sentence using a modal verb, and it has to be about the future. Okay, let me just make sure that my situation is on the screen. Perfect. All right. So your friend is organizing a weekend trip to the mountains, but you have a lot of work to finish. What sentence could we make here? Your friend is organizing a weekend trip to the mountains. You have a lot of work to finish, right? What sentence could we make for this? And you know what? I'll give you the first answer here. I'll give you the first answer. I'll put it as a banner. Let me just move this screen up so I don't get in the way. My answer maybe be this. I might not be able to join the trip. Nancy, good. You got, I'm not sure to go. I'm not sure if I can go. I have so much work to do. Perfect. Perfect. All right, so here I'm just saying that the probability of me going is at about 50%. And Nancy, yours is the same because you said, I'm not sure. I'm not sure means 50%. Okay, let's look at the next situation here. Let's make sure it's on the screen completely. Okay, so it says here, you have a standing plan with your grandparents every weekend. All right, we got some more answers for the first one here. So let's go back. Let's go back here. I'll have to finish my work before I go on the trip. Yes, good. I'll have to finish my work before I go on the trip. That's excellent sentence, Nancy. I have my work cut out for me. If I get it done, I might be able to come. Wow, great sentence, Coney. Excellent. Excellent. I have my work cut out for me. If I get it done, I might be able to come. Excellent. Miranda, I'll have been working for tomorrow. So here, I wouldn't do present perfect continuous here. I would do future continuous. So I will be working tomorrow. I will be working tomorrow, so I can't go. Teresa, I don't think I could go with you because I have to get my project done this week. Excellent. So here you're telling your friends. Excellent. All right. So a lot of times, yeah, we can use these scenarios. Imagine you're going to say something to your friend. Imagine you're going to say to someone. Okay. So really good. Really, really good. Okay. The next one here. First of all, we've got this interesting vocabulary word here. Standing plan. Okay, we got this really great vocabulary word called standing plan. What does that mean? Does anybody know what that means? Miranda has asked the same question. So standing plan. So basically, a standing plan is any decision, any plan that repeats. It is done again and again and again. It's done over and over and over again. All right, so here the standing plan is with your grandparents every weekend. All right, so that means some type of plan, you and grandparents. But this plan happens every weekend, again and again and again. So anytime you can put standing, right? And it doesn't have to only be planned. Standing engagement. which is a formal way to say plan. All right, so you have a standard plan with your grandparents every weekend. What sentence would you make here? Yeah, it is something arranged. What's arranged? I don't know. It's something with your grandparents. Now let's say let's add something. Let's add something to the situation. Let's say that I ask you guys. I ask each of you, "Hey, do you want to hang out this weekend?" Right? What would your answer be to me? Miranda, you would say, "You know what? I'm sorry. I'm going to go for a walk with my grandparents tomorrow. I'm sorry, my grandparents and I have plans every weekend." Yeah, there's many things we could say. I could say, let's see here. I can say this one here. I'll be meeting my grandparents this weekend. That would work. I'm going to visit. I believe someone said going to already. So that means it's a right. So a plan we could use going to. Miranda, you said I'm going to go for a walk. Teresa, nice. I'm sorry. I'm afraid I can't make it because I have a plan with my grandparents. And I would even say here, Teresa, instead of a plan, plans. I have plans with my grandparents. Yes. Yes. Arranged plan. Yeah. Can't go, Nancy. I can't go. And then period. My grandparents and I have plans every weekend, or my grandparents plans on the weekend. Yes. Okay. Just make sure you separate it. Say, oh, I can't go. Period. Or I can't go because. No problem. No problem. It's okay, Nancy. I know there's tons of. I know everybody's typing, so there are typos. So do not worry. Cody, I'm sorry, I can't. I'm going to visit my grandparents this weekend. Yes. And Teresa, yeah, have plans is probably the more common way to say it. Okay, let's go. Number three. Number three. You're meeting your friends at a cafe this afternoon, but you have to meet at work. What will you tell your friends? Sorry, should be an S here. Friends. And let's get rid of the banner. Cafe this afternoon, but you might have to stay late at work. What will you tell your friends? Buddy boys, what's up? How are you? Yeah, long time no see. How have you been? All right, so you're meeting your friends at a cafe this afternoon, but you might have to stay late at work. What will you tell your friends? Not bad. That's good. That's good. It's better than bad. Work, work, work. Yes, I hear you. I hear you. All right, so Coney, this is for the previous one. I'd love to, but I don't think I'll be able to make it because I have plans at my grandparents' house. Perfect. Okay. Here you got Nancy says, I won't be able to go this time because I have to stay late at work. Okay. Miranda, I'll have to stay late at work. Sorry, I cannot make it this afternoon. Okay, so both of you have sort of plans. I will not be able to come. I'll have to stay at work. Here, Fighting Birds, I'm swamped with my work, buddy. I can't come over to your place. All right, this is going to be at a cafe. I can't come to the cafe. Okay, yeah. So far, all these answers are great. My answer is going to be different because for me, I just see the word, I might have to stay late at work. So there is a possibility. So I just might say to my friends, I might be a little late. I might be a little late. Hello, Paramesh. How are you today? How are you today? I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. Hope you're doing well as well. So Teresa here, what I would say here, I might not be able to meet you for the afternoon coffee. I might not be able to meet you for the afternoon coffee. I'll have to work overtime today. All right, Nancy, please have a great day. Great job. Great job, by the way. Have a good day. Coney, guys, I might have to stay longer at work after I finish. So I'll try to come over soon as I'll be done with it. Yeah, okay, good. The middle part I would change. Guys, I might have to stay longer at work. So I'll try to come over as soon as I finish. I would say as soon as I am done with it. Okay, so maybe a little bit at the end as well. You're welcome, Paramesh. One more time, Coney. I might have to stay longer at work, so I'll try to come over as soon as I'm done with it. Teresa, I might not be able to meet you for the afternoon coffee. Good, perfect. So be able to. I'll have to work overtime today. Good. Burn the midnight oil. Good idiom for hard work. Yes. Yes, we've done that idiom before as well. You burn the midnight oil. Okay, I like all the sentences. Okay, let's go to the next situation. And it's not fitting in, so let's just make it a little smaller. I think, yes, that fits now. Coney, perfect. I might have to stay longer at work, so I'll try to come over as soon as I'm done with it. Perfect. Arf12, how are you today? How are you today, Islam? All right, so this one says here, you have a dentist appointment tomorrow morning. Sorry, I forgot the word at. You have a dentist appointment tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. for a routine checkup, cleaning. Your friend asks you to have a coffee tomorrow. and your friend asks you to have a coffee tomorrow at 10:15 a.m. What will you tell your friend? All right, so you have a dentist appointment tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. for a routine checkup and cleaning. Your friend asks you to have a coffee tomorrow morning at 10:15 a.m. What will you tell your friend? That's good to hear, Islam. That's good to hear. I'm happy you're doing fine. All right, Miranda, I would only add the article the. I'll be visiting the dentist tomorrow, maybe next time. Perfect. I'll be visiting the dentist tomorrow, maybe next time. Excellent. I love that you use future continuous. I also, in this situation, would use future continuous. I'll be visiting the dentist tomorrow. I'll be getting my teeth cleaned. I'm not able to meet you at 10:15 a.m., so we have to reschedule our program. Not program. Program is not usually used for meeting friends. We have to reschedule, period. If we want to say reschedule something, we have to reschedule our plans. But Fighting Boys, I would just end it with reschedule. I'm not able to meet you at 10:15 a.m., so we have to reschedule. All right, so I'm going to put Miranda's answer on as a banner. Okay, so let's put Miranda's answer up there. I'll be visiting the dentist tomorrow, maybe next time. Paramesh, I will share coffee with you in the evening time tomorrow. Okay, we're not going to say share. Share a coffee means we're using the same cup, and we're going to be passing the coffee back and forth. You could say here, Paramesh, I'll be getting my teeth cleaned tomorrow morning. So how about in the evening? All right, so Teresa got, I'm going to see a dentist tomorrow at 10. So I hope it could be better for the next time. Okay, I'm going to give you another sentence here. I know what you're trying to say. And I'm going to give you a really cool sentence that you can use. All right, let's put this right here. I'm going to see a dentist. You can say the dentist as well. Usually the dentist you go to is already decided. So the dentist is more common. I'm going to see the dentist tomorrow at 10 a.m. So could I a rain check? All right, so I'm going to see the dentist tomorrow at 10 a.m. So could I get a rain check? Could I get a rain check? A rain check means I promise to do something with you at a future date. So, but I want you to give me the rain check. So if you say yes, then that means I promise in the future we'll meet. But we always ask, if I can't meet you, but I want to reschedule or I want to meet you another time, so I will say, oh, sorry, could I get a rain check? That means let's meet in the future. Not now. Let's meet another time. Coney, you got here. Can we reschedule our coffee meeting? I'm having my teeth checked. I'm having my teeth checked at 10 a.m. I'm not going to be able to join you. I'm having a checkup. I'm having a tooth checkup. But if it's I'm having my teeth checked. So taking the rain check, it's a phrase for putting off the meeting. It's saying that you can't do it, but you want to promise for the future. Okay. And we're always going to say get. Can I get a rain check? Okay. Can I get a rain check? Now, in conversation, though, so I got here. I'm going to see the dentist tomorrow at 10 a.m. So can I get a rain check? That's great. But sometimes in conversation, we make it even shorter. I might say, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm getting my teeth cleaned tomorrow. Rain check? Right? Rain check. Intonation goes up. It's a question. So could I get a rain check? I reduce it to just rain check. Okay. So make sure it's not, remember everybody, not taking a rain check, but rain check. Teresa, yeah, I'm going to see the dentist tomorrow at 10 a.m. So could I get a rain check? Perfect. Yeah, no problem. I think these are really useful phrases. It's just a future promise. Perfect, Coney. I'm having a tooth checkup. I'm having my teeth checked. Rain check. Yeah, I love it. It's still, this is an old idiom, but it's still used now. We still use it quite commonly. Okay, let's go here. Your colleague is having a birthday party next Friday. He wants to confirm your attendance. All right, so your colleague is having a birthday party next Friday, and he wants to confirm your attendance. What will you say to your colleague? All right, so your colleague's having a birthday party next Friday. And this is a good colleague. This is a good friend. He wants to confirm your attendance. Now, it all depends on the probability of what you think. If it's 99%, we're going to use will. 50%, may or might. Excellent. Will you be able to come to my birthday next Friday? Excellent. And Coney would answer, yes, I'm definitely coming. Count me in. Excellent. I love the idiom at the end. Count me in. All right. So hey, mind if I take a rain check on your birthday? I'll do my best to attend. So a rain check means you cannot go. You cannot go, and you need to, you're promising to meet for a future date. So if you say, hey, mind if I take a rain check on your birthday? We finish it there. I'll do my best to attend. here you can't say that because rain check means you're not coming. So I might say, hey, mind if I take a rain check on your birthday? I'm not feeling really well. Okay, let's go to the next one. And of course, if you're still putting an answer for the previous question, previous scenario, just don't worry. Put it in. I'll go back. We'll go over your answer. So here, Teresa's got one. I'll probably join your birthday party. Yeah, like 80%. 80%. I'll probably join your birthday party. Excellent. Fighty Boars, yeah. Hey, mind if I take a rain check on your birthday? I'm not feeling very well. Perfect. So you are planning to finish a report before your manager returns from lunch. Right, so that means your manager is going out for lunch, but before your manager returns, you're planning to finish it. You really want to assure your manager, you want to make sure your manager understands about this deadline, and you will, you're planning to finish it before the manager returns. Paramesh, yes, you can count me in. Add me in, it's okay, but I would use count me in. You can count me in, definitely. Good. All right, what would we ask for this one? This is number 6. Number 6. What could we answer? All right, so you're working on the report now. Your manager is going to go out for lunch. The manager will return, but you are planning to finish this report before the manager comes back. And you really want the manager to know. You want to assure the manager. You want to make sure the manager understands this. Almost, Miranda, almost. I will have finished the report by the time you come. One more word we need. What could we say? I will have finished the report by the time you come back. Okay, not come over. Come over means to the house. Yeah, back by the time you come back. Here, Coney, passive sentence. The report will be done by the time you get back here. Perfect. Fighting Boards, I'll keep all my focus to finish my report, boss. So I'll make sure that I'll do that before before the deadline, I would say. Before the deadline. Before the due date. And here, not keep my all focus. I'll put all of my focus onto this report. I'll put all of my focus. Okay, so I will put all of my focus on something. I'll put all of my focus on something. Oh, you did it right back. There you go, Miranda. Perfect. By the time you come back. Good. Perfect, perfect. Right? For me, you know, great sentence. Great sentence. If I'm talking to my boss, I would just say, I'll be done by the time you get back. And then if I want to go a little bit longer, I'll put that. I'll be done by the time you get back from lunch. I'll be done when you get back for lunch. Okay. Teresa, my report will be done by the time my manager gets back from lunch. My report will be done. Okay. All right. Good job. Good job, everyone. I'll be done by the time you get back from lunch. I'll be finished the report by the time you get back. All right. Let's look at the next one. It says here, you are a terrible cook. You are a terrible cook and really need to improve, but your schedule is pretty full this month. You're not sure about next month. All right, Teresa, perfect. My report will be done by the time my manager gets back from lunch. Perfect. All right, what about this one here? You're a terrible cook and you really need to improve, but your schedule is pretty full this month. You're not sure about next month. So what sentence would we make if we're talking probably about next month? All right, so a key part here is you really need to improve. You really need to improve. All right, so for me, you know, we're looking at, I'm not a good cook. I want to improve. I should improve. I need to improve. My schedule this month is not good. You know, it's full this month. Next month, I'm not really sure. So maybe I would use the word might because we're at 50%. Right? I might take a cooking class next month, depending on my schedule. All right, so I might take a cooking class next month, depending on my schedule. All right, so I'm not sure. I might be able to be skilled at cooking next month. Meanwhile, you can enjoy my meal. Okay, so you're talking to someone, you're telling them next month you might be able to be skilled at cooking. Okay, it's not a very common sentence. Coney, oh, I need to improve at cooking. I can't have classes this month, but I might have more free time next month. So since my vacation is next month. All right, just the ending part, I would change, Coney, but I might have more free time next month since my vacation is next month. Since I am on vacation next month. Okay, let's do a couple more. Let's do a couple more, and then we'll call it a lesson. I actually got so many of these situations. If I just quickly scrolled, you can see I just got so many. We've got tons more. So if you do want extra practice, let me know. I can give you this. Okay, so where were we? This one here. This one right here. It says you have an important meeting at 9 a.m. tomorrow. You want to make sure your colleague remembers. What will you ask? Okay, so Miranda, I'm not sure I might be. Oh, okay, so I'm not sure I might be. Not. Okay, I'm not sure I might be. I'm not sure. I would say I will, because I'm not sure and I might. It's kind of the same meaning. So I would remove one. I'm not sure I will be able to be or to be skilled at cooking next month. Meanwhile, you can enjoy my meal. Okay. Meanwhile, I would get rid of that part. Okay, what about this next one here? You have an important meeting at 9 a.m. So, Coney, extra practice. Yeah, no problem. I can send you all of this if you want. And your question, colleague. Colleague means coworkers. Fireball is nice. Thank you for answering. Coworker. So, colleague means coworker. All right, so it says you have an important meeting at 9 a.m. tomorrow, and you want to make sure your colleague remembers. Maybe your colleague is very forgetful. All right, so what will you ask? Oh, no problem, Miranda. You don't have to say sorry. It's all good. What will you ask your colleague here? All right, so it's you have the important meeting. You want to make sure your colleague, your coworker, remembers that there's a meeting tomorrow. You kind of want to remind them, so you should ask them something. Okay, all right. Hey, don't forget to rehearse from start to finish. We should be prepared. Agenda for tomorrow. We should prepare an agenda for tomorrow. We should prepare an agenda. Good. Yeah, there you go. There you go. It was nice. Coney, do you remember that we're having a meeting tomorrow morning. Do you remember that we are having a meeting tomorrow morning at 9 a.m.? Miranda, I like it. We'll have an important meeting tomorrow. Are you all ready? Perfect. Perfect. Seems like I have absent-minded today. No. It's okay. You're getting most of these all right. Teresa, make sure you remember to be at the meeting at 9 a.m. tomorrow. Make sure you remember. No, you can say, make sure you remember the meeting at 9 a.m. tomorrow. That's okay. Teresa, your answer's fine. If you wanted to say, you could also add to be at the meeting, but your answer is fine. Sorry. Right. You might, there's so many different ways. Supergirl, will you be at the meeting tomorrow? Perfect. Excellent. It's a softer way to ask. Remember that we're having an important meeting at 9 a.m. tomorrow. You must remember it. Okay. So in this one here, it's coding perfect sentences. What I would do is, because you said remember in the first sentence, maybe in the second sentence, I wouldn't say remember again. But I want to say that feeling, right? So I would say, don't forget it, which means please remember. So remember that we're having an important meeting at 9 a.m. tomorrow. Don't forget. Okay, so let's do one more here. Ooh, and I like this one. This is one that took me a while to write this one. Hopefully it's not too confusing. Let's see. Teresa, what was your answer for this? I'm going to scroll back down again. Make sure you remember to be at the meeting at 9 a.m. tomorrow. That's perfect. Yeah, so you have two ways to say it, two choices to say it. Your first one was perfect. This one, you just added the word, like I said, to be at the meeting. Excellent. Yeah, don't forget it, Coney. Excellent. What is this one saying? Paramesh, I'm not good at remembering. Could you give me a wake-up call at 8 a.m.? Sure, yeah. Put the onus, put the responsibility on the coworker. I'm not good at remembering things. Could you give me a wake-up call at 8 a.m.? Nice. So just put the word things in there. Nice. I like it, Paramesh. Very well done. Okay, I like this one here. Your boss is asking you about your certification course. Because I need to be certified before the beginning of next month's project. The course ends today. What will you tell your boss? And of course, I've got a little typo here I need to fix. Let's put the extra L in there. It's blue, but that should have two L's. Okay, so your boss is asking you about your certification course because I need to be certified before the beginning of next month's project. The course today. What will you tell your boss? All right, so that means I'm taking some type of certification course, some type of course that gives me some certificate, some license. And I need this certification. I need to be certified before the next project. The next project is next month. Okay, but the course will finish today. All right, the course will finish today. So what will I tell my boss? What will I tell my boss? Okay. What would we put here? What will you tell your boss? All right. So again, just to kind of review, I'm currently taking a certification course. It's some type of course that gives me a special license or a special certificate. I'm doing this because I have to be certified before next month's project. My boss is worried about it. The course will finish today. What will I tell my boss? Okay, so Miranda, your question, okay. So it is good as the project is next month and are ending today. Yes. Yeah. So basically the project begins next month. Your course will finish today. So you'll be fine, right? You'll be fine. There's plenty of time. You know, the timeline, the timing is perfect. So you're correct, Miranda. You're correct. Fighters, I'm not sure how I will do on the certification test, boss. If I fail, will you kick me out of the office? Okay, we need to fix some of the grammar. I'm not sure how I will do on the test, boss. If I fail, will you kick me out of the office? Okay, all right. Let's imagine there's no test. You just need to take the whole course. The course is going to end today. There's no test. Guaranteed to get the certificate. You know, I would say, for example, I might say to my boss, don't worry, boss. I'll be certified by the time the project starts. Don't worry, boss. I'll be certified by the time the project starts. Okay. So many things you can say. I will have finished the course by tomorrow. Miranda, I will have been certified by the beginning of next month. Perfect. All right, Coney, my school has sent me a message telling me that my certificate will be sent today at 9 p.m. I'll be handed in to you. I will, no B verb. I'll hand it in to you right early in the morning tomorrow. No right. I'll hand it in to you tomorrow morning. I'll hand it into you tomorrow morning. Yes, Brenda, perfect. No, you had some other perfect sentences. You had some other good sentences. Yeah, I think you did fine. Fight was, yeah, future perfect, right? Because we're talking about some action that's going to happen in the future. And Coney, yes, I'll hand it in to you tomorrow morning. Perfect. I'll hand it in to you tomorrow morning. Yeah, there's so many sentences we could say. You know, I could change my sentence. I could start with by the time. We could say that. By the time the day ends, I will have become certified. By the day ends, I will have become certified. So this is future perfect, which in the passive tense. All right, so by the time the day ends, I'll have become certified. Fighting boards, I will have been certified by the time you need me to have this, maybe next month. This, I would put a period right there. We don't need to say maybe next month. Of course, I always try to make that kind of sentence, but I'm not sure to learn from him. Yeah, but your sentence was really good, right? It was really good. I'll have been certified by the beginning of next month. Perfect. Yours is also future perfect in passive sense. Excellent. Okay. Great job, everyone. Really, really good job. Let's see. We got a couple more answers. Don't worry about it. The course will definitely have ended by this evening. Yeah. Excellent. Teresa, excellent. The course will definitely have ended. Excellent. Future perfect. Excellent. Well done. Paramesh, don't worry. I'll be qualified when our project starts. Perfect. And then here, I would even say, Paramesh, I'll be qualified by the time our project starts. By the time our project starts. Great, great sentence. I know I said that was going to be the last one, but everyone is doing so well. Now, like I said, I have so many more. Let me see what number this. This is only number 10. I think I have like 30 of these situations. All right, so I do have so many of these. Number 14, or number 10, number 10, sorry. I just saw number 10. Number 10, you have a gym session scheduled for tomorrow evening. You want to remind your friend about it. All right, so for this one here, I'm going to put my answer right away. Just a friendly reminder that I'll be working out tomorrow night. Just a friendly reminder that I'll be working out tomorrow night. Just a heads up that I'll be working out tomorrow night. A heads up. So I figured it'd be better to finish on number 10, a gentle nudge. I like it, Funny Boys. Yeah, just a gentle nudge, a friendly reminder, heads up. Coney, excellent. Just a friendly reminder that I'll be busy. Be, don't forget the be verb. I'll be busy tomorrow evening. Excellent. Excellent. Good sentence. Just a gentle nudge that I'll be working out tomorrow evening. Fighty Boys, nice. Good. Yours, Coney, just a friendly reminder that I'll be busy tomorrow evening. All right, Teresa. Could it possibly be that I will pick you up on time for the gym tomorrow evening? Okay. Could it possibly be that I'll be that I'll pick you up on time? Yeah, it's good. I like it. I like it. Very humorous, Teresa. I like it. Miranda, yeah, I like this as well. I'm just reminding you that I'll be having a gym session tomorrow. Don't forget that I will be. I'm just reminding you I will be. You don't have to put that. Just reminding you I will be having a gym session tomorrow. Yes, perfect. Okay. All right, everybody. Great job. Amazing. Amazing. So, yeah, it's 12:45 here in the morning. It's Friday. Happy Friday, everyone. It's the weekend. There's actually a festival happening in my town tomorrow night, or tonight, actually. I guess it's Friday. We might be able to get certificates by the end of the year thanks to Shelly's classes. All right. I can send you a certificate anytime. What will you all be doing this weekend? I'll be going to a festival tomorrow. There's some type of festival happening in my city tomorrow night. Tonight, technically tonight, but yeah, Friday night. Will you remind me of my workout, Paramesh? Yeah, my workout tomorrow? Sure, good. Yeah, of course, Coney. I can send you a certificate. Okay, so if anybody wants to let me know what they'll be doing this weekend, put it in the comment section. If not, you can do it later as well. but this is a great session. And first of all, we should be thanking Coney. Thank you, Coney. This was Coney's idea. Coney wanted to have this lesson today. Modal verbs, talking about future certainty, possibilities, probabilities, necessity, obligation. So thank you to Coney for this. Everybody seemed to really like it. I think everybody did really well. I think it's a challenging grammar. So I think it's really useful. Everybody did great. Very, very impressed with everyone. You are very welcome, Firebros. Thank you. Thanks for joining. Thanks for always being active and supporting everyone. But yeah, thank you, Coney, and everybody else. Great job. Thanks for coming. I'll do another live. Next live will be Saturday morning, but this month I'll be trying to, not this month, in August, I'll be doing a lot of live lessons, I think. I'm not taking any summer holidays this year, so I'll be here throughout the summer. So I'll be doing a lot of lives. Next one's going to be Saturday morning. I know that is tough for some people because of the time difference, but I'll be back next week again during the weekday in the evenings. Teresa, thank you very much. It was nice talking with you. Yeah, I need to go to bed as well, so I appreciate you as well. Yes, Coney, you guys are all on fire tonight. You guys are all fired. Yeah, I know. It's early on Saturday. I work most of Saturday, so I try to do an early session on Saturday. But in August, we'll see. Maybe I'll start doing Saturday in the evenings on in August, kind of like a summer session. So I'll let you know, Miranda, and thank you as well, Coney. Good. I appreciate you as well. So thank you, everyone. Okay, so yeah, if you guys want a copy of all of these, because we've got so many more situations. If you want a copy of these, I know Coney does. I have, if you go to my YouTube channel, if you go to the area where you want to learn more about the channel, more about me, there's the about part. If you go there, my email address is right there. And just hit me up with a quick email. Say, hey, I'd like more practice on future modal verbs. I'll send you the PDF. All right, so it'll be easy just to send it up to you. Cody, I have certificates from my school. It's just certificates from my school. It's nothing official like IELTS or anything like that, but it's just from my school. The IELTS is good. You need to learn a lot of vocabulary words for IELTS and a lot of grammar. But it's not, you can do it. I think you can do it. So don't worry. You're on the right track to getting a good score. All right, guys. So it was great to see everybody. I hope to see you guys all again very soon. Hopefully this weekend, if not next week. And let me know what you'll be doing this weekend in the comment section. I'll be at the festival tomorrow, and I will tell you guys all about it. Firebros, thank you so much. See you guys all next time. Thank you, and see you guys all soon. Be safe. All right, guys. See ya. Coney, yeah, I teach in-person classes in Tokyo. Yes. And I will be doing that online as well now, through YouTube. I'm planning to do that where I'm going to have people on with me. Either people can show their face or they can turn their camera off, but I'll be able to hear their voice, and not just typing. All right, so I'm having a party with my friends tomorrow. You can say I will be having a party with my friends tomorrow evening. Nice, Coney. Yeah, like Zoom, but through YouTube, where other people can chat through the messaging part. Some people can actually be on the lesson with me. So it's kind of like you'd be a guest during the lesson. Thank you, Paramesh. I don't know what kind of festival it is. It's a lot of. There's always a summer festival here in Japan, so I'm sure it'll be something fun. But it's actually going to be too hot, so I don't know how long I'll survive. Yeah, Coney, I'll let you know. I'll let you know. It's in the works. I'm planning it. You know, I'd like to have some guests on with me where we can actually speak, you know, not face to face, or at least verbally we can speak. And then other people can join through the chat. All right, guys. Time for me to go to bed. And I'll see you guys all soon. Thank you so much. Be safe. Have a great weekend. See ya.